as you can see, we're very organized today, and we've planned everything out in advance. So, sorry for this. It's a new experience for us. Okay, there are some questions.
So, I've actually had a question that's been posted on Patreon as well, which I'll come to. But the first one is from Jamaican Potato, and he says, "Is there plans to add the ability to swap the colors of the power/metal UI? I keep getting them backwards."
First of all, Jamaican Potato. I love your name, man, and it's only written by your profile pic. That's really good. But we're just going to redo the UI, basically all of it. The colors confuse me too. Good point. So probably it won't be like a UI feature where you can choose, but it will just be a fixed UI where you can't choose, but it's just good. So, and there's other problems as well. The speed dial of the economy is not the best. You know, it's a cool idea. It was a nice experiment, but really people just want progress bars at the top left. So that's what we'll give them.
Jamaican Potato. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, we do have some pictures of a UI that we would like to put in. We've done some work on it. They're not finished. We could still show them. I can't do it right now, but it's kind of cool. We'll get there. A lot of stuff is planned for after
there is
Kickstarter.
time?
Yep. Let's do it.
Alrighty then.
Are you hosting or me?
You should host.
Alright. Here's our ultra sophisticated lobby screen. You can see.
I'll play Chosen, so
yes,
you can win.
Yeah. EDA T1 tanks seem to do a lot better than the Chosen ones. So.
Although the Chosen Commander, I think, is a lot better than the EDA one.
Right. Are you joining?
Oh, I have to refresh. Right.
Alright. Game is starting. So it takes a few seconds to load. And here you have it, our first official stream of a multiplayer Sanctuary game. This is history.
In the making.
Who will be the first victor? Time to pull out all the tricks.
Yeah, here we go.
No, because now it means something. Now people are watching.
If only would build anti-air, because due to a bug they shoot ground units and they have way better range than a point defense. So one thing that I love about what we've done here is you can select factories before they're built, and I'm already giving them orders. How cool is that? And what's more, we can build a whole bunch of factories, and I just queued up the whole game's worth of stuff right there in the first like 30 seconds. That's pretty cool. We don't have
giving away your strategy.
Done. Yeah. Phony knows.
Oh man, that's a pretty early raider there.
Yeah, well, gotta keep you on your toes. Scoop's pretty good as well.
Have raiders.
Scoop totally gets this game because he played a lot of FAF, and he, I think on his first game, did like really well. Yeah, on those mini missions on the single player build that's out, he just crushed it really quickly. I know some people really struggled with the power store recovery one. Did you guys do that? Anyone in the audience? Because I know lots of people had a hard time.
Second attempt for me with power store recovery.
That's pretty good. See, look, anti-air turret. Look at that, and the range is all the way down here. It's bullshit, hacker.
Look, I don't have raiders, so I gotta make it up for something else. You know, gotta play my cards.
Mm-hmm.
Play my cards where I can.
And also, you can just drive off map. See, that's out of the playable area of the map. But, you know.
If anybody wants to ask a question over voice, just click the little raise your hand icon. We can invite you onto the stage. You can ask your question. If you can't bother to type it out, you can do it that way.
And notice I haven't built a factory at all since the start of the game. I haven't been having to micro that. You always get your engineers up, your point defense up just in time.
Yep.
Alright. He's making 2. Another thing I like about Sanctuary is you can target a unit and then drive forward, and it keeps the target. If I can kill this engineer, it's worth dying. Kill him. Phony, you're a cheater.
You shouldn't have built raiders.
We built 2.
Tony, are you using anti-air turrets as point defense?
Yes, he is.
That's bad form. That's not the spirit of the game.
I think the spirit of the game is to win. At least according to 9. I'm picking it up from him.
What do I do that's dodgy?
It's not about what you do that's dodgy. It's your competitive nature.
No. So what? You're gonna build anti-air all the way into my base, eh?
Yeah, I guess so.
They do have some nice range on them. I see people talking in chat. Do you wanna?
Yeah, man. I'm just going with the 303 Gaming. Took 3 attempts to do power stall, so clearly he's the worst player here.
That's a way of interpreting that.
Jamaican Potato said, "When is the ability to ban unit building types for phony?"
Yeah. Yeah, phony. There's this
Needs to be
whole
handicapped.
piece of work we have to do around targeting where different units can target different stuff. It's just actually way easier to ban phony, to be honest.
So true.
There you go, 303. One of the devs is worse than you. So don't feel bad.
So competition.
Yeah.
Okay, so 9, I have some terrible news, and I have played you.
What?
the EDA anti-air doesn't have the enough can't point down enough to actually take out.
How do you sleep at
chosen
night,
units.
man? How? So no, I
I'm
lose all
sorry
my
to
units.
inform you.
Yeah, see, this is how
Yeah,
30
yeah.
wins. You see this? And now my tanks are gone.
You know the exact strength of the factions. That's all.
Mm.
What can you say? They say he's the best to ever do it, and I think they're right. They might be right.
If I butcher these names from our audience, then I do apologise in advance. But Gorthor asks, will T2 RT and T3 Mobile RT get a shooting speed upgrade? They are completely unable to hit approaching units.
Well, they're not meant to be able to hit units, really. They're meant to
Yeah.
hit structures, so probably not. They're positioned as being the counter for point defense. If they could hurt units as well, that wouldn't be the best.
So that's a design decision rather than a flaw, isn't it?
Yeah, it's intentional. What's Phony doing now? 5 factories. What's this? Oh, the anti-air shooting. My max. There you go.
Yeah, it's preoccupied.
I'm going to invite Jamaica Potato to the stage to
Ouch,
speak,
ouch,
guys.
ouch, ouch.
He would like to ask a question, okay?
All right.
Yeah.
You're on.
Can you hear me?
Yep. How's it
Hello,
going?
man.
Sweet. Good. How are you guys?
Not too bad. I detect an Aussie.
Perhaps. Maybe you're Brisbane based.
Same
My
city as
question
me.
is, what are the current plans on like intel and counter intel units or buildings, e.g., jammers, cloaking, or in FAF you had the gunship that could do like false radar pings?
Yeah.
Is there anything like that?
Yeah,
in the living
basically
world?
all the same stuff. So stealth, jamming, vision, radar, sonar, all that type of stuff. Personally, I hate jamming. I think it's kind of a very annoying, crappy mechanic, to be honest. But people like it, so they can have it. We might do it differently though. It might be like jamming where it creates extra radar signatures of a type or in a moving pattern, or make it a little bit better.
Yeah, okay.
I
I find it allowed different tactics.
Yeah.
The biggest thing, like cloaking. Just
Yeah.
to, if someone was turtled big time, you could do something different.
Cloaking's good. Yeah. The bit that I don't love is the jamming.
Can we expect cloaking?
Oh my god, that's a huge line of point defense.
At least it's land-based, not air.
Wow,
Anti-air.
the commander is dead as hell.
What were you doing?
I don't know.
Can you guys hear the game audio in the stream, by the way?
Yes.
Awesome. Well, somehow I won that.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure. I think, I can't verify, but I don't think your commander's considered a combat unit. So when you select your group, it doesn't get selected.
That's intentional as well. It's you got to intentionally select that guy. It doesn't just get bundled with everyone. You just hold down Shift to bypass all that and select everything.
Yeah.
The other thing that we've done is can you guys see the faint strategic icons here? This is all stuff that is placeholder ghosts, but not built. And you can sort of see units, they're faint, right? Like watch these, they're faint because they're not finished, but they'll become solid in a second. There we go. I don't know if you guys can see that because it's quite faint. Does it come out on the stream?
Yeah, that's good. Yep, can see it.
And then you can assist them, right? So if you wanted to rush that factory, you can just build one out of order. Very handy.
Any more questions, Mr. Potato?
Yeah, I've got another one just thought of that then. What's the view on the mass engineers versus mass engineering tower structures to assist buildings and units?
Well,
What's the balance mentality?
We'll give the players both options. The the engineering stations have like bigger range. They've got more build power, but they can't move. So I think really it makes sense to build them in late game. But interestingly, we do have T1 engineering stations. And I've seen people open with one of them. Because you actually start with quite a lot of resources. You have enough to build 2 factories straight off the bat. I'm just going to reduce the volume of the game because it's driving me a little bit crazy. Alright, better. So I've seen people open with that because it's a way in the build order to get an extra engineer straight away. You can go first engineer, right? But yeah, I think we should start up another game. Scoob, are you ready? Scoob's
Yeah, he
ready.
can join.
Yeah.
Yes, and Nate's ready as well.
Okay.
All right, should I stop my recording? I guess I have to because I'm recording the game.
Yeah.
All right.
So is that a win for 9?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Let me ask then, in terms of victory conditions, because that wasn't a situation where commander was killed and game was over. It continued. So will you have?
We'll build the victory
assassination.
screen.
So just
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll do the assassination. So default will be commander dies. The game is over for you anyway, and your whole army dies. We just haven't popped that in yet. And what else? Other ones where you have to kill every single unit. So yeah, did all the different stuff. Plus, it'll all be moddable. So I'd expect other people to just add, modes. Okay, which map are we gonna do, Phony?
Probably White Desert, right? Which is 2v2.
Alright. Everyone do White Desert, thank you.
9, you have to edit the lobby settings.
Alright, don't join yet. Alright. No.
There's a question here from Gothor, which is also echoed by Noel Wendor, who sent me a message on Patreon asking the same question. He says, are there plans for natural reclaim on the map, trees and rocks, or dead units at the start of the game?
Yes. Really cool. It's great because you get different map openings. Maybe there's a whole bunch of reclaim near your base. Maybe there's special reclaim. Maybe there's reclaim that's like got lots of energy. Or maybe there's none. So that's like changes the opening of the game really well. And it's definitely something that we would like to keep.
And what about civilians? So I know they're in FAF and Subcom. There's often, on some maps, there's like non-aligned factions on there. Is that something which will be considered or not?
Well, I think there's 2 different things going on there. One is neutral teams, and a different thing is like civilians, where they have their own structures, like a little city and stuff like that. So neutral teams is fine. Cities is fine as well. And maybe one day there'll be a map that has a city that you have to defend or whatever, or attack for Phony. But but that sounds like something that the players will introduce in modding, that type of thing. We're not focusing on that. That's not like a core feature. The beautiful thing is, though, the players will be able to make their own maps, and they'll be able to attach scripts to them, so the script can do whatever it needs to do. Like, for example, turn it into a survival game. Turn it into, like, you're getting raided by lots of units, and you have to protect the city, and it gets harder and harder, or whatever. Okay, so just to make sure Nate and Scoob are doing the right thing, you have to launch Steam before you launch Sanctuary.
So Jamaican Potato says might be later plans or more in the mod space, but thoughts on joint team controlled games. So the reality is it already operates that way.
We
So
could try
what
that
Nine
now,
didn't
actually.
mention, you could actually just effectively join whatever team you want. And you can, when you're a part of that army, you can just control the units, and the eco is streamed to you for that army. So like, to be honest, like if you wanted special things to happen for like civilian armies and stuff on the map, you'd kind of have to run scripts for that. But I mean, you could already kind of define an army that's the civilian army, and kind of have I guess units attack them, or whatever a neutral army might be. I know in the Lua code we already have slots for neutral armies, right?
Phony, can you join?
Like, give an ally. Oh.
Yeah, all the code exists to make all those things work. It's just not happening right now. And I guess that's the thing, is when we build Sanctuary, we kind of know what's coming up, so we allow for things, even if it's not there right now. And that's why it took so long. You know, we're half building all the things that aren't built. Okay, starting the game. I hope you guys all picked White Desert, otherwise we're going to have a drama. So this will be a 2v2 on a map with heaps and heaps of expansion points.
Okay, you know what to do, Scoob. Go crazy.
Should we balance the teams?
Wait, are you on my team, Scoob? Oh no. Who's on my team?
I think you're gonna be not on my team.
Yeah, I don't want to be on your team.
I think I'll end up being with Nate. We'll just have to see in a second.
Whilst you wait for this to load, there was another question on Patreon. It said, will NG and NG station range be improved, especially for the higher tiers? NGs need a higher range, and also the stations need an AoE increase. A lot of this is balanced stuff, isn't it? Which is, of course, going to be tweaked as we go on.
That's right.
Anything with balance is just an immediate yes, because like even when we're playing here, I mean my commander just got liquidated. Right, last game. That's even for like FAF standards and stuff. That's a low health pool for that commander. I mean, I just ran into point defense.
You ran into 5-point defense though. That you should have died. But I agree. Okay, I'm green. Who's yellow?
I'm purple.
Nate, what color are you? You're on mute.
I am red.
Okay.
You're with me.
Let's play. So I got Scoop. This is a win.
idea.
And look, we can see gods here as well.
Okay, Nate, so the thing is, you want to immediately build a factory. Yes.
And then
now
anti-air.
Yeah, then anti-air. He is chosen. You usually want to, I mean, it's up to you how you want to play it, but I usually build just 2 factories right off the bat because you have enough resources to sustain it. Oh. And don't accidentally upgrade your first factory to T2. Don't do as I do. And then the first thing you want to build is probably engineers, so you can get the mass points. But But like on a map like this, you get a lot of mass, right? So really the important thing is to make sure you're building units so you can kind of stay competitive and fight.
Who's on which team?
It's me
Scoob.
and Phony versus
Yeah.
Scoop and Nine.
So I'm green, Scoob's yellow. Phony's purple,
Scoob's going to carry you through this one, man, isn't he?
Nate's red.
He's going to carry you through it.
Yeah. Scoob's good, man.
The Onin has asked a question. He says, will there be the ability of capturing units in the future and adding more controls? I'll ask him to clarify what it means by adding more controls, but will there be the ability to capture units?
Yes, 100%. And there'll be there's even a plan for an abductor like transport where you can just grab
Ooh.
other people's units and they capture while you're carrying them.
It sounds like a pretty awesome unit.
Yeah, well, tricky EDA. You know, they got to win through
Oh,
their
that's gonna
tricks.
be EDA?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Will there be a limit on what units that can capture?
Look at Nate go. Oh, that's Phony. Look at Phony go. Yeah, I guess so. Like, I mean, we haven't really thought it through, but we'd need to balance it out. So, yeah, there would have to be some kind of limit. Otherwise, you could capture commanders and all sorts of things.
Nate, you need a. Oh, you're building some point defense. Good, good, good. But I think you might need some units and probably some more factories.
Mm-hmm.
So the Onion has clarified. He says when he says adding more controls, it means i.e. more buttons to click. Because I think there's a lot in the pre-alpha which is kind of grayed out or doesn't work. So capture, repair, patrol, etc.
Yeah, they're all placeholders for what's coming up. You know, some of it works. You can turn off your shield on and off, that type of thing, but not all of it. So one day we'll have Navy. You'll be able to look at this guy. He knows what he's doing. Oh, they're raiders. You built raiders. Raiders are like labs, basically.
Are they guard
Jesus, Phony.
raiders?
Yeah. Why, Phony? What's the trick now?
I mean, maybe I should fight you. To be honest, I don't know. I've never built them. It's kind of hard to play a guard because you need a third person to basically claim that faction, right?
Because the lobby's not very good. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, and I can see my teammates' orders. I think that's really interesting. That wasn't intentional, but look at this. I can see. That's not my
I thought
unit.
that was intentional.
Well,
I have that in the intel branch.
okay, fine. It's intentional, sure.
I can remove it, but
It sounds like a cool option.
yeah.
Rothor would like to know, will AoE effects get friendly fire as well?
Scoop, I need help. Will what AoE get friendly fire?
Yeah.
Well, it's another balance question, so all of these answers are really provisional, right? Depending on how things go.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, we don't know. But I think the answer's no. Probably not, because you would end up having to micro your unit so much to prevent that, and that's not the game we're here to make.
Yep.
Oh yeah. The guard ones are lobbing. Oh, come here, Scoob. I'm sorry, but I must delete your army now. Yeah, run away.
Jamaican Potato has asked for an explanation or an expansion on the differences in play styles that we can expect with each faction. Could you give us some information on that, please?
That's like another thing that we sort of plan on fleshing out much later. We do have lots of ideas, but they're ideas, right? But so it's all professional. Chosen would become a slower faction where their choices of where they set up shop matter because they're sort of slow to move around, but once they're there, they're hard to dislodge. And the way you do that is like they would like to take off. Good job. Look at that. Scoob's already doing what I want to do. It's cool to have a good teammate. Not used to that. Used to playing with Phony.
You're gonna die. Going straight for the jugular.
So yeah, so they would have like a little bit of a takeoff speed that or maybe some of the units need to deploy, so they can't shoot while moving. Or they get a little bonus when they're still, like a little range bonus or something. But just things to encourage them to sort of like set up camp and not change, not move. So it'd be more deliberate movements. So that's kind of the big chosen one. The big guard one is basically just spam. So that means
I think Scoob needs some help on the eastern side.
Yeah. That is true.
This is me stream sniping. I think he needs
That's alright, we need the help, man. Scoob, you have to make the tanks and not the raiders, because they're
bad. The raiders are bad.
The raiders aren't gonna win any
against
fights.
Me.
So we've chosen being slower, deploying. Mr. Potato said, from what he understands, they're more shield orientated.
That's
EDA.
true.
I know that in one of our Q&As, Mike, we talked about the EDA being more of a, I guess, like guerrilla fighting in terms of some unorthodox methods of waging war.
That is true.
And then I think with
yeah.
And then with the guard, I think there was this where you had like drones and transmitters and things like that.
Yeah, they gotta have that transmitter unit that once they build it, it buffs all the units around them. So, it'll just give them like a little bit of a range increase or something like that. So if you keep your buff unit nearby. But there's lots of ideas that we could do with the guard. And what would be cool is to somehow make it a kind of like hive, kind of swarmy type faction. But we're still trying to work out how to actually do that properly, to be honest.
And you're interested in other people's ideas as well. You're interested in the community's ideas as well.
100%.
We do have a game ideas channel in the server for people to go in. There's a forum. If you've got ideas, tell us what you would like to see. And there's I'll say there's no such thing as a stupid idea, but there is. But
we have them all the time.
Nate, strike at the factories. I'm pulling.
Phony's got Tech 2 on the field.
So, yes.
What do you think about being able to see
you
your
just gotta
teammates'
kill him, Nate.
orders?
It's all artillery. Just dodge it.
Oh, reinforcements have arrived.
You said at the start, Mike, you said that you thought it was interesting that you can see your teammates' orders. What do you think of that? Because there's a bit of a debate going on in the side chat where Gorthor says it sounds horrible in a team game, but I could see the advantage of being able to see what my teammates doing at a glance.
Well, I think it depends on what team game it is. Like on this one, it's not too bad, but imagine it on a like 8-player game or something, it would be ridiculous. So I think just having options is cool. I wouldn't
toggle it on or off.
Yeah, pretty much. That makes sense to me. Or like, you hold down a button and you can see them when you hold it down only.
Yeah. Okay. Yonin suggests that with Chosen it would be interesting to see more AoE effects like healing and things like that because they seem more mystical and alien. That's what he gets from that faction.
Yeah, right.
Drop it in game ideas, Onin. Drop it in there so that we can have a look at the idea and get a conversation going.
Oh yeah, we're gonna lose Nate.
Oh,
They've got Tech 3 extractors. The economy. The economy.
Well, I didn't mean to build that.
I didn't mean to upgrade my factories to Tech 2. I did and canceled them, and then I couldn't cancel them anymore. So they just...
Now you have Tech 2 factories.
Now I have Tech 2 factories.
That's fine. What faction are you playing as, Phony?
EDA.
But you're building anti-air.
I didn't mean to. On the left, I didn't mean to.
Do you guys have a favorite faction?
Ooh. In what way? I think the Guard wins it for me in every way, to be honest. I think they look really nice, and I think the story is the most interesting. Chosen units are beautiful, but I feel like we've seen stuff like that before as players. Phony?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I'm also in the Guard. The Guard has always been the faction for me.
Phony identifies as a robot.
Might need an assist here, Phony.
I mean, good luck, my fellow soldier. Unfortunately,
thrown to the wolves.
I think I figured out the bug regarding some order stuff because my units will forever want to run into 9's units because of a dangling move order that's in his army right now.
I get assist orders seem to dangle.
I think I had tank selected and I right-clicked a wreck and the game got confused because it was thinking like, oh, do you want to reclaim that wreck? Or probably something like that.
It looks like the Guard might be the favorite faction so far.
Get away from them, man!
Onin says the Guard. Gothor says Chosen. It's Guard for me as well, so... Mr. Potato asks, how often are you playing games like this? How often are you playing these games for bug testing?
Not that often, to be honest. Like, Phony and I will, when there's a whole bunch of new features made, we'll go in and have a game like this and test them and stuff, but it often, like, there was a bug just before, so we'd just stop playing and try and work it out. That happens a lot. There's still lots of bugs, but as you can see, like lots of stuff actually works as well, which I'm pretty happy about. On my side, these units shouldn't be here because I cancelled those engineers, but they're still there. So that's a bug. And these factories, that's a trap. Those two factories don't exist. You see that? Not a bug, but it's not done well.
There it is.
Kill the commander, scoop, and then it's GG.
No, run away.
I had a good start. I didn't do enough damage at the start. You guys were a little bit more greedy, and I had my opening.
You had lots of units. You just should have raided the whole battlefield. You could have.
I think I wanted to, but
while you're having that
also
huge
fighting.
fight, you had that big fight, but just splinter off groups of 2 units, a couple of them, and they'll just be killing all the extractors.
Yeah, to be honest, I didn't know the left side of the map had so much opening. Like, you drove right by, like, my defenses there, into, like, a cliff. Like, you went around this cliff because you can go around, you know, the barrier. You just, like, ignored the choke point on the left and raided all my extractors on the left.
That was very oddie, wasn't it?
Oh, my economy game needs stepping up.
It's all about the spam.
I want to test my theory that if you right-click a wreck, it messes up.
I don't see that.
It must have been like when maybe I had an engineer selected with these guys, and then I right-clicked a wreck.
And with back to the faction diversity thing, with the EDA, they could just end up being the normal faction. I don't want to go there, but we could. They could also just be the tricky faction, which just means they have like the stealth unit and a unit that can jump, so it'd be able to like hop down a cliff or something like that, or burrow under a cliff, and a suicide bomber unit and all that type of stuff. We could do that. I just think, and I hope that we can do something better than that. I like this idea of EDA being like this desperate faction on the skin of their teeth, trying to just pull in all sorts of weird tricks out of the book to win, right? Like, you know, maybe their transports can dive to the ground really fast, destroying the transport, but the units get out and the units are slightly damaged, right? So you can land it like a normal one, or you can do a desperate landing. And I like that. I think that's cool. It's just how do you balance that? How do you make it so that you don't have to do all those things? Because those are all micro things, and this game is about anti-micro. So it doesn't quite fit, to be honest. So, but we just aren't trying to solve these problems right now. We're getting everything working, and then we're going to do another pass. After Kickstarter, we're going to hire some important people, and they're going to help us, you know, actually make decisions that on these subjects and stuff. So it's exciting times, and you know that'll be coming up soon in the next couple of months, by July, and you know I can't wait. You know, and it's interesting because you see like how well multiplayer is working now. It's working quite well. All these bugs that you've seen, they'll be fixed by the end of next week. Like all of them. And we're kind of at the point where we can just throw in features quite quickly and bug fixes and stuff. Like as a team, we used to move a lot slower because we didn't have all the code in place and all the foundational stuff. And it took a long time to get all that stuff right. But now we're at the point where we can just we can ramp up. So it's kind of time to hire more like programmers, to be honest, to ramp up the speed. So that's what Kickstarter will be for. It's like we've done the first bit, everything's going good. The platform is there. Now we just want to like accelerate and whap in all the features, because we could put in Navy pretty quickly, but I just don't have a guy to do that. And air's a little bit harder. But the same thing. I don't think we're able to build experimentals right now, but they're all just like little additions to what we have, to be honest. Commander upgrades. There's like a plan for everything. There's a design for everything, and it's time to scale. So the team's sort of ready to do that. Oh, experimental inbound. Nate, what are you doing, mate?
What's going on here? I got some units all of a sudden.
Ah. Do they shoot?
Oh Jesus!
I have no idea if they shoot, by the way.
Well, Nate should know because he just did all the beam stuff.
Well, they're shooting.
They don't have the continuous beams though, so they're not very good. They reload after they kill a single one.
Great demo, Nate. They don't walk either. So,
Yep.
So the team's ready for the Kickstarter in that sense. Like we need the money from the Kickstarter to ramp up the team, but we did say that we were gonna deliver this campaign mission, and that's not ready. Although it's really cool, it's kind of just not done. It's not finished, and we're kind of waiting for that, to be honest. And there's a bunch of videos that need to be made. Like there's an interview video, and there's like a new sort of like showreel video, things like that. So all that stuff takes time, but just in terms of code, it would be really good right now to have some new money injected into the company, because I just hire straight away, to be honest. Like the same day I'd start looking.
Okay, I need to ask the most important question, which I think everybody wants to know. When will the first implementation of multiplayer be available for Patreon and the public?
I don't know. We are going to...
I thought that might be the answer. I thought the answer might be I don't know.
Yeah, we're going to do a few very small multiplayer tests with our biggest Patreon supporters, right? We have a list of like the people who have helped us the most over the years, so we'll be talking to them first. To do some games like this, to find the bugs, to test it on different hardware, that type of thing. That might get streamed a little bit, but it's not like it's like all T5 Patreons will get it. That'll probably happen at the end of Kickstarter, to be honest. So, say Kickstarter launches in start of July, finishes at end of July, and then we launch the multiplayer, something like that.
Now that date isn't confirmed, though, is it? Because you just said
July like 6 times. It's not confirmed.
Is that...
No, but
right, okay.
It should happen by then.
I just wanted to make sure that you're not like giving people information which is duff.
Thank you, Al, for policing me. But yeah, you're right.
That's okay.
It's
what I'm here for.
Provisional date. It's not a promise. But it has a good chance of working. Like we're nearly there. So.
Okay.
The March of the Ents.
Okay, they look pretty jank at the moment.
Yeah, well, whose job is it to fix the beams, Nate?
No, I more meant the walk cycle.
Well, there is no walk cycle, yeah.
Yeah, there is no walk cycle.
There's no animation in multiplayer at all. There's only there is in the single player, but not a multiplayer. So they look like they skate. The other thing worth mentioning, what the hell is this? What are those things? Scouts. T3 Scouts. Okay. Everyone's just playing now. It's not a game, guy. Oh, wait. Sorry.
Another thing worth mentioning. What were you going to say?
Is we're playing all in different countries. So what? This game has gone from me in Australia to Phony in America to Nate on the other side of Australia, which is a long way away. Just so you know, it's like it's on the other side of the continent, and to Scoob, who is in Europe. So, how has your lag been, Scoob? By the way, since you're quite far away, have you felt the latency?
I'll see whether I can invite him to.
He can't talk.
Invite to speak.
He can't.
No. Well, he's typing.
Yeah. Yeah, he can't use his microphone at the moment.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Okay, fair enough. He is typing. We'll have an answer, and then I've got another question to put to you as well.
He had a lot of delay.
He said, yeah, delay in the orders. Okay.
Yeah.
Right, where's the next question? Because this chat's coming through thick and fast.
How about
Will elevation or angle of attack have impact on damage or range?
No. Cool idea. I think that's a great idea for another game. I don't think it fits this game that well because they're kind of like micro things. They're like little details where, it's more about big picture strategy. That's like small picture strategy. But I tell you what, straight after launching Sanctuary, I want to make another game because we got the engine, we got the team. We can totally pump out another RTS, and it would do things like that. But it would be like smaller squads of units. Maybe you have like 40 units or something. And some of those ideas are really cool. You could have like muddy patches on the ground, and if you drive through them, it's slower, and things like that. If your unit's moving, it shoots slower, or it's more inaccurate. A whole bunch of like micro things, and then it's all about like stacking all of the things to your advantage. Like if you can be in the mud and still, then you get 2 advantages or something. And yeah, definitely like the high ground should matter, right? If you're on top of a cliff and they're running uphill to kill you, well, you should just get like a range advantage, right? So you get 1 extra volley than what they get, something like that. And I just want to play that game. I would play that game to death. I absolutely would. But that's not
It becomes
Sanctuary.
more tactical, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It becomes more tactical.
Exactly.
Whereas Sanctuary is strategic.
Yeah.
If there really is like an explosive modding community behind the game, and there's huge arcades and stuff like that, I mean that's going to be a lot of inspiration for what we do next as well, because it's the same engine, right? It's Lua, and that's going to be a test bed for our what we sample for our next game, right? If that really goes explosive, right? What are people interested in the arcade? What are they making, right? All this stuff. The only difference being that we're gonna have like the whole company behind it, so we could really make something really awesome, right? New assets, all this stuff, right?
That's right.
But that's gonna be really exciting because
that's where we could split the team. We could actually have people still working on Sanctuary, and a new team comes in for this other product, whatever it is. Because the truth is you don't need a big team to ship something like that. We need a big team. Like we have like 10 plus people, because we're making our code base, right? But once that's done, you don't need stacks and stacks of people, because it's all just the Lua changes, which like 2 guys can do. And you need the art, and the art you can either make in-house or you can outsource it. And the beautiful thing about outsourcing is that they can scale in ways that you can't, because I'm never going to hire like 50 artists But there's places out there with 50 artists, and you give them your project, and they just make it all at the same time. And you still do all the art direction in-house, so it'd still be someone inside the company calling the shots, concept art, managing it all that sort of stuff. But they don't have to put every vertex there. And that is a way to ship Game 2 really quickly, or mods or DLCs. So, I'm in, man. I'm excited.
Question. So you've got some T4s on the field here. Will they do damage by walking over smaller units?
Yes. And have you guys seen the Captain Crunch model? We haven't got that in game, but it was one of the first experimentals we had concept art for, and it just literally just drives over the top of them with a big grinder on the front, and they it just grinds everything up.
One question that I missed, which was earlier, was how many T4s can we expect per faction?
There'd be like 6-ish. You'll have like a couple of land, maybe like 2 land, 2 air, 2 navy, maybe like a structure. So it'd be under 10. It'd be like between 7 and 10. Already Chosen has a lot, so
yeah,
we're gonna have to do something about that. But unfortunately, you try and get Avitus to not make cool Chosen units. Try it. Doesn't work. Look at this.
And EDA doesn't have anything at the moment, does it? Is there any plans at the moment for that?
Ooh, watch this space. You already know because
I've seen it.
Wow, look at this. Look at this. Alright. There we go.
If anybody's following our socials, you'd have seen the. I'll have to say what it was now because I've kind of given it away. There's a silhouette of a unit which you can have a look at. It's on our Twitter at the moment, and most people have guessed it's a Tier 4 EDA unit.
That is
so
correct.
That wasn't your guess. I've given it away now.
I don't mind if you just show them. Like, do you need to withhold that, or can we show them now?
We can show them now.
All right. Well, I can't spawn it in.
Maybe when this game's finished, you.
Yeah, we don't have it in this build, so.
Yeah, you can pull up the concepts or something like that and show people. But please do not screenshot and please do not share outside of this, because I will find you.
Then what will you?
Punishment.
What will you do? What's the punishment?
I haven't decided yet.
No.
It would depend upon whether the person who
depends how tall they are
is bigger than me or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Man, look at all this.
EDA wins again.
Won what?
I don't know, the T3 tank battle, 1,000 versus 1,000. Although, to be fair, the continuous beams aren't continuous, so maybe we'll have to run it again. That's true. Let's get some Chosen love. Let's see, what should we spawn for Chosen?
I'll go find the EDA T4.
I mean, I can try and find it. Actually, no, because I'm recording this, and if I start looking at other channels, everything just breaks. So I won't.
Yeah. You don't have the skin version.
Gotha would like to. Yeah, Gotha would like to know what's the cryo tank building in the demo for, and this has come up on the Discord previously with people asking this question.
That is a
So-
good question, and someone's been going through the menus looking at everything, but it shouldn't be in the menu.
You
can't
can build it.
Yeah, well, you shouldn't be able to. That's a bug. And what it is in the campaign mission, you have to freeze the map, and you do it by killing the civilian structure. There's like a whole bunch of like machinery that keeps Sanctuary running, and when you blow up that thing, it causes the freeze. I think you can't see it properly at the moment because it's just like a black building, but it actually has some glowing blue liquid inside. So you basically stumbled upon half-built mission stuff. Yeah, and you just shouldn't be able to build it. So technically, it's a guard structure because guard build, Sanctuary, but
Yeah.
they shouldn't be able to make it though. Good eyes though. Good eyes.
Scrib said the lag was there when there was a lot of orders going on, but the client was smooth. So I think he's quite happy. I think you've got a fan there.
Yeah, so that's, I guess, what lag looks like. You'll get lots of latency on your orders. So you click and the unit just doesn't do it for a bit, but the game will still run smoothly. Like you can move the camera, the tank shoots smoothly, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
If you had really bad lag, I guess you would be... the game might stop and start, like the tanks are driving and stop, driving and stop. But we'll give you the tools to minimize lag just by measuring lag, measuring pings, and you just set up a game that's likely to work well. Okay.
These guys do a little twitch when they shoot. It's kind of funny. I know what that's about.
Still trying to get that unit. Who's actually spawning all these units and putting them in, by the way? Because that's a good idea.
Me.
Yeah, nice. Right now the wrecks disappear on a timer because they're not optimized and they slow down the game if there's too many. So we just disappear them. Poor man's optimization.
The graveyard, the chosen graveyard.
Oh, that sounds like a great name for a map.
Yeah, it does.
We should do that in this
Chosen Graveyard.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. This is how we do game design right here. Someone comes up with a word and we're like, oh my god, that's so cool.
That's genius! Words!
There was one the other day, it was like Silicon Farm or something. The VFX guy had drawn all this white shit all over the map. And it was like white streaks of alien weirdness. We didn't really know what it was. And someone said the word, it's a silicon farm. And we're like, yeah, it is a silicon farm.
You could do a mini mission where there's no alloy
Mm-hmm.
option to extract. It's just pure.
Yeah.
Reclaim.
Yeah. And it's called the Chosen Graveyard. Let's do it.
There you go.
I like it.
Let's do it.
That's cool.
Can we expect some more mini missions? I know there was. I know that you did say last year that we would be adding more.
Well, I am a fan, right? The problem is because they're really easy to make. Actually, we can ship like one a week quite easily, as well as do another work. The problem is that we're worried that people will think that's the whole game. So when the demo comes out for Kickstarter, they're like, oh yeah, it's just these crappy mini missions. We don't really want them to think that. So I don't know. It's kind of like political. Check this out. Can you guys see this?
A world exclusive.
There you go. No one's ever
First
seen it.
EDA T4.
Oh, why am I doing chosen? Just decorate with some stuff. It's a railgun. So that's a massive railgun. It'll do like area damage, and it doesn't shoot yet, so I can't show you that. Maybe there'll be like little bits of smoke coming out of it, because all the EDA style is to have the little bits of smoke and stuff. And it'll just do a massive railgun blast. So it'll be kind of like the chosen Beetle, which does a huge single shot, and it has a little anti-air on top. There you go. What do you think? Can we get some feedback? Because literally no one's ever seen this, and I haven't heard any feedback at all. I think it's cool.
I think it's cool. Looks awesome. This is in the side chat. Looks awesome. Yes. T4 sniper. T4 EDA sniper tank.
It's like the experimental destroyer. Just it gets one shot and then it just one railgun shot right.
I hope
through
it
the
gets more
center
than
of
one
the
shot.
Experimental. Kaboom.
Right, so it's a counter to other tier 4s.
No idea, but that's how I imagine it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I see it too. It would be like limited area of effect, so it'd do like huge damage to a small area.
Yeah.
So it would be great.
Maybe you could have a toggle.
Them. Oh
Maybe you
yeah.
could have a toggle. So you could either choose to do a high DPS shot, or you could do AOE.
Yeah, or no AOE, just turn it into machine gun mode where it shoots like slower projectiles, but just like blast them out. Oh man, you know the best part of my job is being in the VFX meetings where we're literally right while making this shit. There will be like people going, yeah, it's like do. It's like yeah. It's like being a kid again. Oh, it's so good.
The audience says it looks very fitting for the EDA, and I think it's absolutely right.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Sorry if I've just assumed your gender there as well, Vionin.
Yeah, my kid said that to me the other day. I like sent him to his room or something, and he turned around and said, "Did you just assume my gender?" What does that even mean? He's just trash talking me. I'm trying to set up a pretty little scene here. And what I really can't wait for in multiplayer is to get the line drag working, because that thing's off the charts useful. Just being able to arrange your units like this. That actually really changes the fight big time, because if you wanted to kill that group of units, you wouldn't just send them in, you'd just move them there. And if you move them there, you'll destroy that pack really well. Except these are all engineers.
Yeah.
So the way I see it going is, instead of when you're playing, you're not clicking, you're actually swiping. You're like, I want them there, I want to do that, I want to get here. So this is actually like a big difference, and I need to try it in multiplayer. Also, what I want to do is that line stays there and you can drag it up, and those units go with the line. So you're just moving the front, so we'd call it a front, right? You right drag, let go, and now there's a front there that you can see. It would look like a line, and you just move it, and then all these units go with it. But you can also take these factories, assist the front, and any new units that come off the factory will be going to the front as well, and they'll just automatically line up with those units. The reinforcements will go to a position, and then when you move the front, not only is it moving these units, it's moving the units that aren't even built yet. and that's really, I think, quite innovative compared to like the
It
other,
is, yeah.
Sort of TA type subcommie planetary annihilation games that were like. That's like something new that I think will change gameplay quite a lot, because you kind of care. You're just doing less clicks, I guess, to achieve the same result. So you freeze up your attention. I guess that's one thing, but the other thing is being able to like move and pick the direction at the same time. That changes combat, and that means a skilled player will just has the ability to be more kick-ass. So I'm very, very, I'm a big fan. Can a factory assist a unit on the move so it will auto follow it? No, that is not a thing. You mean like the units coming out of the factory would assist one? That doesn't sound that useful because units have a pretty low life expectancy in Sanctuary. It would just die anyway. So I would rather have it assist the front. The front's invincible, it's just a line on the map. I think that's a better play.
It becomes almost like another element, doesn't it? The front becomes almost another element, and the units are assigned to it, and factories can be assigned to it.
Yeah, it's like an order, right? You know, the way these lines are orders, it's something like that. Just over-engineer the front. I don't know how you mean to over-engineer it. But there you go, that's the EDA Tier 4. So we haven't had one before. This is a big day, and it doesn't shoot, well, it shoots invisible projectiles, but I can't wait to see what Cactus does. He's the VFX guy. I told him to make like a big rooster tail out the back, so when it shoots, there's just like, this feather of dust that just gets kicked up straight away, and obviously the blast would go out. But I think with all the artists and with Cactus, I just try and inspire ideas, like give ammunition, like maybe this would be cool, maybe this would be cool. But with artists, I found you really just want to let them do their vision because they do it so good. They come up with like amazing ideas and it looks awesome. And if you try and bully them into doing your idea, it's I don't know, people are good at their own visions, they're good at executing their stuff. So, and that's where, you want to hire the right people. Cactus.
They're also motivated too.
Yeah. Everything Cactus
really
makes
helps.
looks so pretty. It's so good. Should we play another game, fellas?
We could play against AI.
In terms of vision that you mentioned there, the Onin's put an interesting question in here. He says, are they chosen based off the concept of like the flow of water or air? I noticed that a lot of their explosions involve what seems like water falling down and crashing on the ground.
Right.
I guess we need Avitus, wouldn't we, really, to answer that effectively?
Well, there's two different things going on. So one is the model, and the other one is the effect, because Avitus does the models. So when he first pitched, the way we did the factions actually is we got some artists and we had them pitch us what they think would be a cool thing to make, right? And they all just came up with different ideas. And originally, Chosen was actually meant to be white sort of plasticky, shiny looking factory, kind of like Oblivion art style. If you know Oblivion, they have lots of kind of white stuff, so kind of like this type of thing. Yeah, that's what Chosen was meant to be, but it kind of changed over time, and so that's that. And basically, all of the effects, they're all just meant to be sort of plasma-y energy effects. Like, you can see here, there's lightning going down, and then here, this is for the shield generator. It's like a plasma ball type thing. So, it's basically just energy That's their theme, and that was decided early on too, right? So all the chosen effects are sort of bluey energy. The god ones are actually all trying to be from the sun. So if you look at the way the explosions happen, there's like wisps of like almost like a solar flare type thing. Try and pull up an image of that, but kind of like this stuff here. See this solar wisps? There's a lot of that going on in guard effects, whether it's the impacts or the explosions when the units die. And then, to be honest, EDA is the hardest to work with because all of their stuff's realistic, and it's hard to make it look as cool as the other units. So they can have like bullets, rockets, stuff like that. But you know, compare that to like a laser beam. It's not so easy. We actually spent forever working out the EDA T5 because it had to be really impressive and it had to be as good as the other ones. But how do you do that? How do you make an EDA T5 that's compares in terms of visual spectacle to what we have? Because the guard one is freaking awesome. And I'm not going to show you that. That's for Kickstarter. You've seen the Chosen T5. That thing just looks really, really intense. And how do you do that without energy? That's the puzzle. And we worked it out, but it took months of brainstorming to do.
Who's playing next?
All right, I'll quit now. Oh, it crashed. Phony, crash.
I know, I was watching. You quit.
I did. So if everyone Alt F4s at this point, we can start up the next match.
What would happen if somebody was to disconnect mid-match? What's the reconnect idea that you have? Can you just reconnect? Would the game handle that?
I might bounce out for 1 minute. Phony, have you got this?
Yeah, sure.
Just.
Yeah, so as long as it's not the person hosting the game, you can rejoin. And even then, we can do things to allow the people to kind of restart games. But we are kind of like that is probably a very much post Kickstarter thing, because although everything like that is possible, it's kind of just like you gotta do it.
Yeah.
So like for instance, basically it's a difficult problem. It's solvable, but typically what you want to do is just make it so the game is as stable as possible, so people get up.
I guess you need a situation where if you disconnected, you'd need the game to almost take over your team, wouldn't you? Or take over your particular faction.
So that's
come back in.
Right. So like, I mean, the quickest thing that I'm surprised that a lot of games don't do. I mean, we're on different architecture, which allows us to basically reconnect, right? So that's one thing. But for the games that don't allow that, the interesting thing that I see is their solution is to basically have an AI player play that player. But in reality, I feel like it should just be like, hey, split the player, or have all these things from a game point of view where if someone does disconnect, right, the people can keep going and the game isn't completely basically over. But that's probably what we would have for now until you can rejoin. Rejoining is very similar to the replays and a lot of things like that. There's this like big overarching feature which is basically replays, kind of rejoining the game, kind of like going from a replay and then just starting at any point of replay. Like all these things are kind of this big feature, which is I don't know what you would call it, but I guess maybe the overarching system there is like a replay system.
Yeah, and there's
But,
there's lots of cool things that could come from that, like just the ability to connect mid-game. There's heaps of things that you can do. So, you know, someone's game crashes, right? Just one player, fine, they can start it back up again and rejoin. They play as themselves. Or let's say they have to go to school, so they can't finish the game. They leave, someone else comes in, takes their slot, and finishes the game. And it's just on the players to find someone, you know, where it's not unfair and they're kind of like the right rating or whatever. They can take that slot too. And then another thing is, you could literally have a game that just goes for a month, because as people leave to sleep, someone else joins, and there's just this big, you know, massive war that just goes forever. So, you know, you'd have to change lots of balance to make that work. But holy crap, like so many different things you can do from just a, you know, one thing, which is the ability to connect mid-game. And this is what Phony's been doing for the last couple of years, is designing a framework where, one, we get multiplayer now, but two, it could be expanded one day to do all that stuff. So we're thinking big with the plans. We're not building it all, and that's not built. And it won't be built for a long time, but it's possible to add. And that's really, really cool. I love that, thinking big.
It's a really nice quality of life feature to be able to reconnect, and I think we covered this in the Q&A as well, where you said if you're watching a replay, you could jump in at any point in that replay and take over and continue to play that game.
Yeah, well, that's another one.
Yeah.
So, and that would be great for training, is just to like, where you screwed up in that game. You know, you were really bad at it, you lost that fight, but you should have won it. So you load up the replay, you get the exact same situation, then you start playing it again with your buddy. Or even just being able to copy units from a replay and paste them into your own game would actually be pretty cool, for the similar reasons. Alright, let's play a game. Let's do a two-step shuffle.
Alright.
What's the name of the file I need to edit again, Phony?
AI/_lobby options.
Right. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, so if we want to do a free-for-all, we'll have to... You have to make sure everyone on the team value is... The
Okay.
first 4 players are different.
Yeah, I can do that. Haven't done this before either.
This will be the last game, guys. If you've got any further questions, then now's the time to put them in.
All right. Okay, so Nate and Scoob and Phony, we're launching two-step shuffle. And it's going to be a free-for-all game, so every man for himself.
Free for all.
We will have to set up the commanders, so you guys can choose what faction
It's not going
you
to
want to
spawn
play
them,
as.
commanders. Nate, are you...
Not on this map. It's a 1v1
Yeah.
configured map, so...
Alright. Everybody's in?
Yeah.
Phony's in twice. Nice work, Phony.
Really?
Did you get that as well, Nate?
I didn't see it.
No.
So that's how he wins.
Yeah, exactly.
You've been exposed.
Yes. I've been playing with my hands and my feet the entire time on a separate instance. It's just the difference in scale, really. Wow, I am in twice. That's interesting.
We need to restart. Sorry.
Okay, yeah.
Everyone,
I think I think the fact that I was in the game twice is probably an issue.
All right. The Onin asks, when it comes to, say, an eventual DLC, and I know we talked about the potential for DLC for the game, will there be a true alien faction that the EDA Chosen or the Guard could have foreseen?
I really don't like that idea, to be honest. So like Faf had the Seraphim, for example. So as a storyteller, it's really hard to write interesting dialogue for someone you can't speak to. Right? We have the problem with Guard, actually, because, you know, Guard are robots, they're totally robotic, they're not human-like at all. It's extremely difficult to tell an interesting story with them, so we're actually having to humanify them.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Yeah, and I think you're just setting yourself up for problems by having alien races, but I think you could do other factions. Like, my favorite version of it is a deranged, chosen genius has created new life forms, like dinosaur robot stuff. That's it. That's your new faction.
So the Guard are quite alien, aren't they? In terms of they are very non-human.
Yeah, but we're gonna have to once again change that because it just doesn't work. We tried, but like writing a whole campaign like that would be. It would just be shit. You know, as a
if they didn't have emotions, it wouldn't be very. There wouldn't be a lot of depth.
Yeah, imagine
You know?
watching a movie where it's just two computers talking to each other in a realistic way. It would just be the worst movie in the world. All right, two-step shuffle, hosting. But that's why, you know, in lots of movies they just humanize all these things. You know, like the aliens, you know, have wives and all that sort of stuff. They protect their babies. They have all the same stuff that we have and same motivations.
If you think the Matrix and the Terminator, these are two effective stories where you have machine factions. I mean, I appreciate the focus for them is more on the humans fighting them, but they are still interesting.
Well, the Matrix, they were very human in that they spoke to you. They, you know, they complained about things, all that sort of stuff. It wasn't all zeros and ones. Think about, like, right at the end of it, he goes to the machine city and communicates with them there, and that was not a great experience. Like, the whole movie couldn't have been like that. They needed the agents, which was like the human face of the faction, which I guess is how you could do it with the aliens, right? They just need a human face, so, you know, they could, like, basically make projections that look a bit different, that speak English. You could do that. It would work. But I want my dinosaur robots. So, dinosaur robot.
That's also part about making a really interesting world. Just having unique, like, sub minorities of unique people in the world that are other than the main people. Right, so I think it's also been said that, like, there's some, even for EDA, right, there's like different groups within the EDA that all have different philosophies regarding how they operate.
Yeah, and all the factions are like that. They all are split. I think there's no, like, clean faction. There's, like, some EDA that want to be ruled by the Chosen. There's some EDA because, like, there's no corruption with the Chosen, right? And the EDA are totally corrupt. There's others that, you know, just think that no matter what it takes, we should take the Chosen down, including killing their babies. And then, you know, so you'd have, like, moderates and radicals and all that type of stuff. And each of the factions has these sort of sub-factions defined. Because I think that's what makes an interesting story. It should be, like, dirty and murky and not pure, because it's a story for adults, it's not a cartoon. So it's gritty. This was probably the first map we made. Oh no, there is time loss.
Really, there was time. I thought it was two-step.
Alright, so don't play yet. I'm green. Phony, do you mind doing the spawning?
Yeah, sure. I think. Was it Nate in the third spot?
I think I was, yeah.
What faction do you want?
Oh, I don't mind.
Zia in the chat is proposing a goo-like organism faction. And he goes into it, how it evolved from a wreckage and stuff. And I think it's a pretty cool idea. You just need units though. You need actual, like, tank units, and or they need to be comparable. Like, to structure it in your brain and actually play a strategy game, you need to say, oh, okay, his blah unit is worth one of my blah units. They're equivalents, right? If it's just all goo, then I think it's not working that well, to be honest. So we should be able to start now. You guys all ready? Go!
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What ideas did you have for DLC?
Oh, okay. There's like quite a few that have come up. Probably like Warfront might be the main one. So Warfront is basically our take on FAF's Galactic War, if you guys know what that is. But basically a metagame where there's 1,000 battles going on, and you can join one and win that part of the sanctuary for your team. You're on a team of like hundreds of people, that type of stuff. But with Sanctuary Spice added in, because once you capture a part of the sphere, you can control like the weather satellites in that zone, and you can change the weather of neighboring zones to your faction's benefit. Like maybe like Chosen's all energy weapons, so they probably want it to be like really cold and that type of thing. So you can enter the battle with a buff, right? And there'd also be like a research tree where your faction is researching tech. Like maybe you guys get. It's really hard to play and talk at the same time. Maybe your team gets like +2 damage on +2 damage. I can tell that Scoob is purple, I reckon. Is it true, Scoob?
Nope.
It's you, Phony.
Yeah.
Making your labs again.
Yeah, these are my units, okay? My mech extractors, okay? Get away from them.
Yeah, I know.
You can go up.
Yeah. Oh, you're posturing. Is that what's happening here?
I am dangerous.
Jamaican Potato asks, he says, knowing it's lower, I am guessing it's possible, but an idea for nerfing stronger players is to reduce their economy or increase other players' economies so that I can play versus good players and not get stomped, or vice versa. Would this be something that could come with the game, or is it more of a mod idea?
That sounds like a good idea to me. How would you nerf them? Would you just get like extra economy, like 10% extra eco? Is that what we're talking about?
One second.
Oh, hello. I was just going to type it.
Mr. Potato has joined us.
Ah,
Easier to.
the resident potato.
So yeah, my idea would just be like a slider in a lobby or something, where let's say 9, you're too good, so I'm going to put your economy to 50%. So a power plant makes 20 power, instead you get 10 power. or that's not enough, I'm going to increase my economy to be 150%. So now I get 25 or 30 power from a 20 power factory normally.
Yeah, right. Yeah, well, I didn't see any harm in making them. It just wouldn't have any place in. It'd all be unrated games, right?
Yeah, exactly. It'd be more for, let's say I want a friend to play with me, but I'm already really good. Cool, I'll nerf myself or increase their economy to balance it out.
Yeah, makes sense to me. There's an issue where it appears that I am on the same team as Yellow.
You didn't update the teams in the
No,
lobby option?
well, I'm sure I did, but they're not updated. So Yellow and Green are a team. Who's Yellow? I'll stop attacking
Me.
you now. All right, Nate.
Oh, thank you. Are you red?
I'm Green.
All right, Scoob. I guess
You're
we're
green.
friends now.
Right. What's going on with this? I have a bug here where I have 2 finished factories, but visually, according to the strat icons, they're not finished. Haven't seen that one before.
That is unfortunate.
Hmm. Oh, that's cool. Check out that red max in the middle. See, that's half built. That's cool. Right.
Have you given any thought to what anti-cheat measures you'll be putting in?
Yeah, that's a bit of a long conversation, but what we can do is just guarantee that everyone's playing with the same lure files before the game starts, so that'll help a lot right there. But Phony, do you have more to add?
That's pretty much. I mean, that's pretty much it. Like the reality is if it's the real anti-cheat is the fact that if we don't want people to cheat, we can host the game on like a
Dedicated server.
specific server.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. And with the power of the server, we can like pretty much limit what information we give people, right? But for majority of how the game is going to be played, that's not really, I'd say most of it is going to be community stuff, right? And you're just going to have natural kind of. I really struggle at speaking.
Yeah,
and
it's hard,
fighting.
isn't it?
Yeah, this is a
Think
skill.
of it as a think of it as a bit of a nerf for you then, mate, because we want an answer. So
Well, just to stop playing for a second, most of the game is going to be in, there's going to be someone hosting the game as a player, as a part of the community, all this stuff. So it's, if you're a cheater, typically, you just get kicked, right? There's a lot of like safety nets besides the fact that we're going to stop you can't play with Lua, all this stuff. That in a practical sense you would have, right? And then once you get into tournaments and you get into specific dedicated server hosting, then it really starts to reduce like what people can do. The flip side of this is that, the most people can really cheat is intel, right? It's like it's information that the server gives that maybe we don't want the player to know, but the server gives for the sake of convenience, or because it's easier to develop a game or this feature. It's better to swap teams, and people can feel it immediately when that happens. All this stuff, right? So, we can change that at pretty much any point. Depending on, I'm rating you 9. How do you like it?
Yeah, it's good. Well done. You should be rating to the right and killing that Max. Oh, look. I have ghost units. I'm getting quite a few bugs over here, actually. I can't even select my new units that are coming out of the factory. They're coming out as ghosts, and they're unselectable.
Yeah.
So that's the sole reason why I'm not going to win this game. And I have, to be honest, we just get bugs anytime I assist extractors upgrading. So we better look at that.
Sounds like an excuse to me.
Whatever.
So true.
Oh, I'm
Who's
not going to
red?
win
How
this
they-
game. I'm not going to win
they
this
got
game.
sent
Yeah,
off?
yeah.
And more questions? Yeah.
Yeah, another question from Jamaica Potato. He says, and he was actually what I was going to follow on with, because Phony made reference there to Intel cheating. So he says, in terms of like spectating, would you be able to? Well, I was going to ask, and you spectate ongoing matches. So could I? When we did one of the games earlier, and I said you need to go and support your teammate on the eastern side, he's getting raided. That's coaching, not cheating. That's right, isn't it?
Yeah.
Will you be able to spectate ongoing matches? And if so, will there be like a delay to prevent that kind of help being offered to the players? And Mr. Potato asks, he says, and if you can watch, would you be able to watch it from their perspective, or would it be with fog of war off so you can see everything?
So this kind of ties into what I was saying earlier, where if you truly don't want people to cheat, you just don't give them the information that allows them to cheat. But in the case of spectating, for instance, it's actually really nice to have information about the entire game state, because as a spectator, you can jump in and be like, okay, what does this person see, right? What is, all this stuff, right? So that's a perfect example where effectively, like, it really comes down to what we choose, right? What we choose for how safe we want to play it. But to me, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to restrict things like that, right? We can easily put delays on, like, effectively how the game is being played, right? So you could be like 2 minutes behind or something like that. We could do stuff like that for sure. That's not even that hard to do, and that's probably a great way to allow the spectator complete freedom. But what?
Nothing.
Cloaked point defense.
We've stumbled upon.
I see.
We've stumbled upon the EDA's guerrilla stealth feature bug.
I suppose one answer to this, Phony, would be just a situation where you can toggle, so you could allow spectators, or the players could deny spectators, I guess. Mr. Potato would like to ask another question, so I'm going to invite him back in.
I'm back.
Howdy.
This is relating to
He's
the same
back.
question. So what I was talking about was, let's say I'm spectating a game and it's live. If I can switch to a player's view so that I can see what they see. In the past, I've had it where I could see them looking around the map where there's nothing there, what they can see, but really there is someone there. And like, cool, this person's cheating. They can see the actual units that are there. So is that something that you could look at adding for spectators?
Can you say it again?
So
Yeah, I'm trying to understand the.
okay, so I'm watching 9 right now, and let's say Fog of War was on. I couldn't see your units, but from 9's camera view, I can see him looking at where the units are being made from in the factory on your base. He can't see your base in a normal game, but for some reason he's looking right where your base is.
So effectively, like, his intel state is what he sees, and the spectator can see that exact intel state. Is that what you're
Yes.
basically kind of saying?
Yeah, like as a spectator, will I be able to see what he can see exactly with the Fog of War on, so we can't see your base? Because in the past I found cheaters that way, where they were looking at a nuclear defense in this point, where they could see where it was to target away from it. So I could see like, well, you shouldn't be able to see that nuke defense, but you can. You're cheating because you can see what they've got in their base, even though Fog of War would stop you.
So the answer is yes. So how our intel is set up is you get to effectively the spectator, right, knows the game state, right? They know exactly what's going on in the game state. So one thing that's interesting that we won't go too into depth is like how the engine actually operates with these things, but effectively it kind of there's what you see as a player, the rendering, and then there's what the simulation actually has. And so as a spectator, effectively all you have to do is make sure that the code for spectating a player with their intel state is proper. And that's really not hard to do, because if you have the code which is I'm a player and this is my intel state, then all the spectator has to do is run that same code. So in our intel branch, obviously this doesn't have intel, but intel is work in progress. You can flip through the armies, and just as a cheat, right? I can flip through the armies, and every time I flip through the army, I'm effectively becoming a player of that army, and the intel state completely reflects that. So as a spectator, you can imagine, as a spectator, I get to see everyone, and then when I want to spectate what this player sees, I basically become a player on this person's team, right? I can't interact with the team, but I'm effectively a player of this team, and I can see their exact intel state. So what you're saying is already exists, right? Just because it's easy to make it that way.
I think he's. Yeah. I don't know if we're answering that question. Are we more talking about people cheating by looking at without Fog of War?
No. Yeah. So let's say I'm a cheater. I've got a hack or something that lets me remove the Fog of War.
Right.
I'm actually in the game.
Yeah.
Right. The spectator can see. You'd be able to see what I should be able to see. So I think you are right on the right track with what I'm asking. With being able to see what you would normally see, and I can tell you can see something more than you should be able to see right now. I know you cheated.
Yeah. Exactly, right? Because you as the spectator can go into the mode which sees everything unfiltered of intel, basically intel off. And then you can go into the mode which is what is the intel like for this one player. And obviously if he's doing stuff, right, where he's like doing ground orders or whatever for things that he supposedly can't see, then you know that that's a cheater, right?
Yeah, that's a good system to have for sure.
This game's horribly bugged, by the way. Are you guys having the same problems that I'm having? Like, half the units on the field are invisible completely, like no models. Some of them don't have strat icons, some of them have faded strat icons.
No, you have the bug, which was the #1 bug of this build, which is there's a dangling order on the client side that effectively airs out early, and then everything after that Lua doesn't like to do. So you don't get to
Yeah.
Your icons don't update. Your
Yeah.
progress doesn't up all that stuff.
Yeah. That sucks. Well, it's interesting to
Wait,
watch
is
the battle.
this an 8?
Yep.
Oh
No,
wow.
no, I'm dead. Someone managed to build something with a shield in my base, which was awesome.
But I
Must have been
didn't
Scoob.
realize that we're on a different team.
No. Scoob switched teams. He's turned red.
Oh.
When Nate died, Scoob seems to have become the second player. Now you guys have to fight to the death.
I haven't. He's way stronger than me.
Well, let's see who'll win then. This is a plot
Get
twist.
the entire map.
I wish I could see it.
You cheat, Spony.
Like, I mean, we didn't build this. This is a bug that Scoob has switched teams, but it does make it interesting, right?
Any last minute questions from anybody? Because we are drawing to the end of the session. Because I want to go to bed. So, any final questions?
I have a question. It's just like, just for everybody. Do you think this is all good enough for like Kickstarter to go? Like, would you back it if it was out now? You'd get the multiplayer. You'd get access to multiplayer straight after Kickstarter ends, and you get the access to the one-player demo, well, for free on Kickstarter launch. So I think everyone in this chat already has access to it. But for free, you get the demo. If you back, you get multiplayer. And of course, all the T4s and 5 Patreon people can have it too. Yeah, we'll fix the ghosting bug. That'll be fixed in a week. Oh, look at this. It's interesting. Bullets flying out of nowhere. The ground is fighting itself.
I support this project nonetheless because I really want to see this project succeed and come to light. Thank you, Mr. Meething.
Appreciate it.
Discussion on Tier 5 patrons, any additional options, rewards for buying the Kickstarter? I'm going to be buying the game for my mates regardless. So do you mean like extra copies? Is that the kind of thing you mean there, Jamaican Potato?
I'd like to do stuff like that because the truth is we do need people's help. So even the people who have already paid for like T5 and they already get a copy of the game, it would be nice if we can offer them something else instead that they get, so that they can still participate. Because when we hit Kickstarter, the way it works is you need all your superfans there on day one to give it that momentum, and then you get like listed on different websites and all that sort of stuff. But all of our greatest fans have already got T4 and 5 membership, so they won't. There's no good reason really for them to be there on day one except to support. But I'd like to offer them something good. You know, there's something good that they get beyond the game. And I guess it's just the rewards from the Kickstarter, you know, like there's the poster and the pins and the patches and all that stuff.
A special hat on their commander.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's just not the normal rewards, to be honest. They buy in for that, but because they support it on Patreon, they should just get something good for that, not something good for the Kickstarter. That's just a normal reward, to be honest. I'm thinking out loud here, but definitely. You know, we want to be able to give people stuff. That's what we want to be able to do.
Yep.
We need that support. Without that support, it's not going to work. So it was nice to hear.
And that's it. A lot of the Patreon supporters have supported this project for a long time, and this is why I wanted to do this kind of event, because I think it's important that we give back to the patrons. So thanks to everybody who's turned up and got involved and asked questions. It's been really appreciated, and I'm sure that Phony, Nate and Nine have found it very useful to have you here asking these questions. Has it been useful for the dev team, first of all?
It's always
Yeah.
good to get the feedback and understand what people are interested in and what their motivations are and stuff. So, and to test the waters, right? Like when they did the EDA T4, and it seems like the feedback seemed pretty good. I didn't see any negative feedback, so it is
It was
good.
all good, yeah. It was all
Actually, I feel like we should do these things
Yeah.
more often. Just like play multiplayer
Yeah.
games and chit chat. Like it doesn't have to be all official, but it's fun, to be honest. Like I just like playing the game.
good. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Man. And I think, has the audience found it? Have you enjoyed the experience? I mean, Mr. Potato says, "Love the stream and watching Phony and Nine's brains break." Well, that's not trying to win,
Yes.
which is perfect.
We're too competitive for this.
It is perfect. Yeah. I can't answer the questions. I need to win. No, you will answer the questions because I'm in charge. So
Next time we should PvE or something a little bit less competitive.
I think that we'll bring it to a close. Guys, thank you very much first of all to Nine, Nate, Phony, and Scoob for coming and playing games and showing off the build. It's really appreciated. Thank you so much. And also to the audience for coming and turning up and getting involved, but also for your continued support. It's really, really appreciated. Please, if you've got, in fact, please just go to the Patreon channel after this. Tell us what you thought. Anything you think that you would like that we could do to improve the experience of doing these kind of streams, and anything on the game. Put it in the channel. Let's see what you think. It's really appreciated. But that's going to be the end of it because it's 4 o'clock in the morning for Scoob, and it's time for me to go to bed as well.
All right, Al.
So,
thanks heaps for staying up, mate.
Thanks, everybody.
Really appreciate it.
Thanks very much.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Cheers, guys.
We'll end it there.
All right. See you later, everybody. Thank you. Bye.
Thanks everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.